Hey, Sagittarius, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your October 2024 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome. Sagittarius, bottom of the deck, you have options. You have the key on a ring. There's going to be some new choices or new decisions that you are making in matters of the heart. This could be a family situation, a friendship, or even a romantic partnership. I see that you've cut energies out, right? Or maybe you're working on it with the devil showing up here right away. Yeah, you're cutting ties. You're moving on from a person, pattern, belief, or situation that may have been very one-sided. You have the golden mirror here, and this can be narcissism, love bombing. You may have been very self-absorbed as well in this situation, or again, it was very imbalanced. I am getting that Six of Pentacles. Someone may have been taking too much, and it left you feeling exhausted, right? So there's a new call coming in for you. I'm getting Judgment card here with the love call. And I feel like this second chance or this judgment call being made is actually going to allow you to express yourself unencumbered by whatever the devil is for you. Now the devil can be restrictions when it comes to maybe self-sabotaging behaviors. The devil can be addictions. It can be toxicity. It can be fear. It can be patterns that hold us back. You have the Eight of Swords. So it can be mental stories that we tend to tell ourselves like we're trapped, right? We tell ourselves we're trapped. We don't have any way out. We have to stay in this for whatever reason, when that is a lie. You have options. I see them showing up here for you. King of Wands in the near future is about you marching to the beat of your own drum. And if you've been dealing with people who've been inconsistent, very controlling, again, narcissistic, I feel like you're moving on from that. And here you are in your energy. You have the Chariot, which is the fastest moving energy in tarot. So you're definitely moving on and cutting ties. You've received what you've needed. Okay, and some of you may be thinking, Mel, what did I need from that situation? I just needed to move on. And maybe that's the case, but I feel like you will look back at some point and see that you've grown and you've learned a lot from it. Now we have both of the fastest moving energies here, Eight of Wands. There could be some communication that comes in. Some of you are jumping ship. So you could be leaving or exiting a relationship and entering into a new one with this love call. Someone is thinking of you. I do feel like there is going to be an expression of love. I do feel King of Cups energy here. Well, Ace of Swords, there's a new conversation. There's communication. But I feel like there's going to be some sort of heart opening, because I am getting the King of Cups, and that can be about emotional intelligence. And I feel like the message here is don't shut down the heart, right? We tend to. That can be our first initial response when we get hurt or wounded. That's our defense mechanism. And it's okay to do that to heal, right? It's okay to kind of withdraw and reflect and nurse our wounds, right? Lick our wounds in order to, heal. But I feel like it's also important not to stay in that shut down energy for a while. And for those of you who are ready to kind of come out of that, or perhaps you don't even know you're ready, but you are, because there's some movement taking place quick. And the Ace of Swords is the Ace of Truth. So there's going to be an inner truth that shows up for you. Now we also see the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So this is getting honest with oneself. So starting off, your first card out is the Ship, cutting ties, moving on. You've received what you've needed, or you've learned a very valuable lesson. Now it's time to put that lesson to use. And that is going to help you progress and move forward. Maybe even arrive at a certain part of your journey that is going to be pivotal. It's like what you do in this moment changes everything, is what I'm getting here. Some of you, this golden mirror is being reflected to you. So if you do not like what you see in your outer world, I feel like you're shifting something internally, and it's transformational. It really is. You're holding up the mirror and you're seeing some sort of truth. You're seeing a truth within yourself, or you're seeing a truth around a reality that you're living in. But then we have the love call. And I keep getting judgment energy, and that can be like our calling, right? That can be a judgment day or some sort of message or news coming in here that changes the dynamic of things in some way, shape, or form, because that judgment can be about, past life. It can be soulmate energy. So some of you, this is a soulmate that you are in cahoots with, or you're calling in, right? This could be the love call, but it may require you to jump ship, or to cut out something in your life that's holding you back. And I feel like you're done being held back. Now, I do see here, Sagittarius, someone is thinking about you, okay? You've left an impression. You've heavily left an impression on someone, and they may want to build with you. They may want to move forward with you. I do see that there's going to be a conversation. I almost feel like there's two separate energies here in this playing field. There could be past energies, and then there could be something new for a few of you. For others of you, this is a past situation that has a second chance or a new opportunity to blossom. But it does require one to pick up the call and leave the past in the past, right? Let go of that energy so you can move forward. Because if you're unable to let something go, you're going to carry it with you, and you're going to end up in the same cycle. And it's difficult to heal in the environment that caused us, the damage. And I feel like you're wanting to move on and create a little bit of space, in a sense, and pick up this new call. Because it's like you've been hitting reject, 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 or avoid, or ignore. Maybe ignore is the right one. But I feel like there's going to be someone that tells you how they feel this month, or you could be expressing how you truly feel, and that unlocks something deep within. There is an unlocking taking place. Now, bottom of the deck, we have the key on a ring, we have the chaser, and we have the girl with a snake. Boundaries, fear of abandonment, codependent dynamics, enabling, manipulating. Those may all be words that you've used to describe the past in some way, shape, or form. But I also feel like you have options to break out of that cycle, or to move forward from this energy. Someone could be very good looking, very charming here, but they cross boundaries, or boundaries need to be strengthened or even created. There needs to be, a line drawn in the sand. I also see with this snake, some of you could be going through what is known as a Kundalini awakening. Basically a spiritual metamorphosis, if you will, where all of these things are coming out at this time for you to fully heal and work with, such as the fear of abandonment, such as codependent dynamics, whatever this devil energy is. And it looks like this is what it is. Right? Deep in a subconscious level. Some of you, there's been one night stands, or you've been strung along. Maybe you've strung someone along. This can be unconventional ways of doing things. It can be, fears, chasing after something, because it feels like a little bit of a mouse and cat game here. Or you've struggled losing yourself in a dynamic, or losing yourself to some sort of temptation or addiction or fear. But you're shedding a skin. You are shedding an old skin, and you're never going to put back that skin on, right? The snake doesn't crawl into the skin that it just shed. And I feel like you've learned something very, very valuable. And now that this call is coming in, you're not letting it go to voicemail. You're not ignoring it. This is the call that you've been waiting for. All right, Sag, let's dive in. We talked about what that devil is. Okay, we talked about it. The fact that it's showing up here is saying This is an opportune time to liberate yourself. Okay, whatever this bondage is, whatever you've been obsessed about here, it could even be unhealthy obsessions that have led to mental or physical health concerns or issues. Some of you, it may have even led to a mental breakdown. I am getting something with the heart here, heaviness, anxiety, depression, low vitality, you name it. I feel like the devil is about, picking up the call. And this could even be calling or calling out for help in some way, shape, or form. Calling out for help and expressing that self-love. Sometimes we need to reach out to others, because if we get stuck in this absorption energy, right? If we can't see beyond, there could be someone here that is helping you. And I actually feel like there is help, or there is someone very important. This could be a best friend. This could be a soulmate, someone who, no matter what, they have your back. And I do feel like this individual or this energy is going to help you move out of, whatever bondage this devil has held you in. Now, what's crossing your path is quite literally a new path. The Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is about taking on a lot, right? You're juggling a lot at this time. Some of you, this could be more than one individual. And like I said, I do feel a past energy and I feel a new energy here as well. This could be more than one person. Maybe you're dealing with a family situation where maybe multiple family members are involved. You could have a lot going on in your personal life, such as a move or finances or job. I just feel like there's a lot of balls in the air, and that can cause you to want to escape, right? Maybe this devil is escapism in some way, shape, or form. But the good news is there's a new path. There's a new path. This is the opportunity to be able to take a situation and choose to do differently. Because again, if you continue to do what you've been doing, you're going to get what you got. And it's hard to evolve in the same energy where there was some sort of destruction or, love bombing or narcissism or whatever it may be. I just feel like you are meant to move on from that, cut ties from that, and choose this new path. This is intense, Sag, very intense. Now, I am getting at the bottom of your energy, this is the foundation. Some of you, this lies within your family roots. It could be a divorce that you've gone through. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse can be possessions and status that blocks genuine connections. It's almost as if what someone has physically or materialistically is much more important than the genuine emotional and spiritual bonds or connections. That's a problem. That will always create a problem when people look to the external for their happiness. That leaves a void. That leaves a sense of unfulfillment. And I do get here debt or family drama, something deeply seated. This may be a karmic cycle that you feel like you are indebted to in some way, shape, or form. Some of you want to break out of a cycle that you just feel bonded to, because maybe this is a parent. You could be taking care of a parent, or, you are nursing a sick individual, mental illness, or, it could even be financially you're supporting someone. I just feel, these are love readings, romantic, platonic, friendships, family, take it as it resonates. But I just feel like there's some underlying family situation that has caused in the past a lot of imbalance. Okay. And maybe this is how you grew up seeing love, between your own mother and father, between your siblings. How did they deal with drama? How did they deal when things were challenging? Did they sweep it under the rug? Did they talk about the heavy things? Did they, roll up their sleeves and get dirty and really tackle something? Or did they leave it for someone else to clean up a mess? So I feel like you've really taken some deep inventory on what you learned from the past and how you can make changes from here on out. Because as I always say, once you know better, you do better. And I feel like you know better. And there is a new option here. You have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Some of you are feeling very scattered. Okay, this is recent past. So some of you, this is a very scattered energy. I'm not sure what to do. I'm confused. I want to explore. There's a lot of choices. There's not enough choices. I need a ground. You want clarity. I mean, that's heavy, right? Just how I displayed that Seven of Cups energy, that's kind of how your mind was. This can be materialism or ego-driven power that clouds one's judgments, that clouds one's illusion. So there is something here with a wounded ego. It could be pride. It can be not asking for help or not knowing, that you have options or what to do with them. Now, what's coming in above you is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is represented by the King of the Forest. When the Eight of Swords shows up, this is about questioning our potential. We start to question our potential, our path. We say, am I good enough? Do I have what it takes? What's really true? What's a lie? What's an illusion? So I definitely feel here, Sagittarius, that at times you tend to spiral into the old story. And this can even be, mental muckery. This is the mind going haywire at times with this Eight of Swords. Like, what do I even believe? But it takes bravery, strength, and courage, which you have. You have here, as the King of the Forest, you have all of the tools that you need to break out of some sort of thought pattern or limitation or, restriction with the devil here. And this is reminding you that you can tell yourself a new story. Some of you were tethered to a situation because of money, because of children, because of maybe a visa, or there was some sort of block physically. Maybe, someone could have even been incarcerated or handicapped in some way, shape, or form. I just feel like there could have been or could be some sort of physical dynamic even that holds one hostage. But that's why Spirit says where there's a will, there's a way. And if anyone has a will, it's the strength. They have the determination to face fears, to move forward in a new direction, to start telling yourself today, Sagittarius, right here, right now, that there can be a new ending to your story, right? You can't go back and, change the beginning of it, but you can certainly start now and change the outcome. And that's what Spirit is reminding you. Because you are powerful. You're marching to the beat of your own drum here in the near future. And you're not letting other people make decisions and choices for you. Some of you were stuck in a controlling, bossy, stubborn, inflexible energy. And I see here with you showing up in your strength. The King of Wands is someone who's very passionate, very active. He's an influencer. He could be, a successful leader, a traveler. Some of you are traveling or you are moving. You're taking action through passion. There's a lot of fire here with Prince Inga. King of Wands is fire. This is you. This is your energy. And at times you may hold yourself back due to the task being too large, the task being too much, and you're exhausted, right? You're exhausted at times. But I feel like this in love is saying you have the ability to love again, right? You have this big, beautiful heart. The biggest trip up that we have is ourselves. We get in our own way. We tend to sabotage our happiness. You don't have to do that, but it requires you to pick up this call. It requires you to release the past. There's been a sense of delayed gratification here. Why? It's time to move forward. How are you doing? The Chariot, here you are, moving forward. The Chariot is Cancerian energy. It's about emotional drive, being in control of your emotions. It is fast forward. It's like the second you are able to set this goal, the second you are able to, feel like you have a sense of clarity, boom, it's on like Donkey Kong, and the Chariot is on it by the flying monkeys here. But as I always say, the Chariot is represented, yes, by the flying monkeys and the Wizard of Oz. Those flying monkeys were under the command of the witch. And the witch can be the psyche within us all, because we all are the good witch and the bad witch, right? We just are. And that bad witch is controlling the chariot by fear, right? By dominance, by control, by greed, by material possessions, what she can get, right? But at the end of The Wizard of Oz, the chariot, the flying monkeys are controlled by Dorothy, and she is manifesting from a place of love. So regardless, the chariot can always move forward based on the emotion that we put out. That emotion can be fear, greed, jealousy, envy, awe, wonder, happiness, joy, right? We have such a plethora of emotions, and it's up to you on how you want to move forward and how you can be in control of them. Because if we do not have a grasp on our emotions, we lose it, and we can crash that chariot, right? We can crash the chariot. But when we get a handle on it, when we get in control of, what we are moving forward in and how, right? And using the balance here to rein something in that needs to be reined in by using also your logic, by using what you've learned, by using the tools that you have and trusting your own intuition. Only then can you truly, move in a forward movement based on the heart. And that is long lasting. That is going to bring in that stability that you seek. And I feel like that's what you've learned. That's what you are, holding true to you at this time. And I feel like you have a goal. You could be moving. You could be meeting someone at a distance. You have the ship coming in. Someone could have a ship. Someone could have a boat. You could be going on a cruise. Some of you could meet love at a distance. Or while you're traveling, you could be traveling with a loved one. A loved one could be traveling to see you. We have the Knight of Pentacles showing up in your environment. Now, it is showing up in reverse. I don't love to see the Knight of Pentacles in reverse because this individual lacks focus and discipline. They've lost direction. And I don't feel like it's you because you're showing up as the Chariot in the upright. And I feel like others, now this could be the environment, other people around you, they may not be sure which way to go because you were the one that, you were like the rock, or you are the rock in a situation. But I see here that if someone is not making a move because they're too cautious, or they're keeping a little bit of a wall up on their heart, or they're not allowing you to, enter into their emotional sphere of intimacy and love and connection because of the devil. Maybe they're the ones that hold some sort of, devilish antics or bondage where they're not able to move forward with you at this time. That may be why you're cutting ties. The Knight of Pentacles is a knight which does move, but when he's in reverse, he's just stuck. He's just stuck here. And so maybe if this is you and you feel like you have been stuck, you're coming in with the Chariot and you're going to get that sense of clarity that you need to move forward and to be, trustworthy. You can trust this situation because the Knight of Pentacles, out of all the knights, he's dependable. I mean, he's someone who you want by your side because if he will get it done. He will learn it. He will put in the work. He will invest in what he needs to move forward because he's disciplined enough to do so. And I feel like this is, it is a good energy, but it can be, a little bit slower. It can be a little bit slower, but he'll get there. He'll get there. Now, what's going on in the hopes and fears? We have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is the looking glass railway. So this can be, fast energy. It's just like being on that railway. One time I was on a railway in Europe and those suckers go quick. They go super quick. But, you are someone who you don't want to watch your life passing you by anymore. And it feels like there's been the years just piling up and you've just been watching it. And it feels like you've just been a bystander or you've just kind of been watching something. And now you want to get out. You're like, I want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy the scenery. I want things to slow down a bit. And that may require you to make a move, either physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It's going to require you, Sagittarius, to make a move in matters of the heart. Your outcome is the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Truth. This is the Vorpal sword, which is about getting honest, being authentic. It is about a new understanding and cutting through the barriers that hold you back. That's why the devil is showing up here, because the devil has chains on you, right? There's something here holding you, but we are never bonded to the devil. That's the story we tell ourselves, right? It's the story we tell ourselves. And let me tell you, it is hard when you have that bonded, tethered energy, because you may feel like, who am I without that? Or, do I have what it takes to not feel the heaviness? What does that even feel like? I've been conditioned so long to be in this energy that I don't even know what to do without it. It's like the dog that's been tied up and you go to take off the chain and it just sits there and you're like, shoo, dog, go find better lands, go and search. But the dog's been sitting on the porch for so long that it doesn't even know what to do. Ace of Swords is coming in saying there's a breakthrough. There is an aha moment. And this aha moment changes it all. It's through one thought, through one conversation, through one word, through, one interaction that gives you what you need, in a sense, to cut through something that's been challenging and difficult. This sword can cut through anything, because it is the Vorpal sword. It holds magic. It yields, excuse me, the power to cut through even the chains of the devil. It's going to require truth. It's going to require some sort of authenticity for one to get really real about what they want. Okay? It's going to require maybe even a conversation, an action plan. But I see solutions here. And I see solutions that lead to forward movement. For those of you that are in a relationship and it's just been passing you by and you haven't felt the love, you haven't felt, the connection. Maybe one of you suffer from some sort of an addiction. The addiction can be anything. It can be alcohol. It can be social media. It can be gaming. It can be, external validation that's unhealthy in some way, shape, or form. You name it. I just feel like you want something else. You want something more meaningful. And this is the time to address it. So if this is between you and a partner, you and a family member, right? Or you and maybe yourself. Maybe it's you having that conversation with yourself saying, what do I need to do to pick up my bootstraps and move forward? Because yes, I feel like I'm drowning in quicksand here, but you have help. You have support. Like I said, there is someone here, maybe working from the spirit realm, that is not ever leaving your side, helping you. And when you call out to them, they're there. Let's get a message here from the wisdom of the oracle. Regeneration. Oh, I love this card. I love this card because it always looks like a wild blueberry right in the middle of this tree. And I don't even know if that's what it is, but it looks like it to me. And I'm a huge fan of wild blueberries because they grow back in dire circumstances where maybe there's been a wildfire or there's been a destruction, but wild blueberries are known to come back even hardier and more abundant and stronger and more versatile than before some sort of destruction. So one of my favorite sayings not what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but that kind of resonates here, but the comeback is stronger than the step back. And that's kind of what I'm getting here from this regeneration energy. Now it's also card 16, or excuse me, no, it's not. It's card 46. I was seeing a 16. So some of you could be some of you could be 16 years old. No, some of you, 16 could have been a transformative year for you. It typically is. We can get our license at 16. We are stepping into a new portal, but I am getting some of you, 16 was a pivotal year. Some of you may have a 16-year-old. You may be healing something that occurred around that age. I'm also getting 46 with this number. You may be 46 years old, maybe born on the 16th. This is rebirth, second chances. This is like that judgment card. It's new opportunities for you, Sag. The world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss. And in this moment, you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. Yes, it is. It's definitely rising up to greet you. But I do see that there's going to be some choices to make that are a little bit difficult. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You may have to cut some ties with the devil, whatever that is for you. Endings can come in many forms. And now is the time to stop holding on to what must die so that something better can take its place. Nature's cycles include disease, decay, death, and regeneration. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. There's the ace of truth. Facts are facts here. There is no need to struggle or grieve. Whatever your query, let it go. You are about to be reborn. Whew, I got goosebumps there. You're definitely going through a regenerative period of your life. Yeah, I see you answering the call, whatever that may mean for you. This could be a spiritual call, right? It could be the call to do something different. You're answering this call because you don't want to see life pass you by like you're on that train and it's going so darn quick that everything's a blur. Have you ever been in a vehicle or been in something quite fast that it's just a big old blur? Oh, wrong card here with the Eight of Wands. It almost feels like you want to go on that scenic drive instead of going 100 miles per hour and everything blurring you by. Let's take the scenic route. Let's go a little slower. Let's enjoy life. Let's get back to a place of simplicity within one's life. All right, let's get a few messages here from the crystal spirits. At this time, I just ask if you can, Sagittarius, safely do so. Please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big breath in. Hold it as long as you can. And release with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, please tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now this could be a crystal that's emanating a specific color, maybe hues of green, purple, violet, greens or blues. This could be a crystal holding a specific shape or size. Maybe your gemstones are polished. Maybe they're in the rawest form. They could be crystallized, rutilated. They may have points or clusters. You may even know the name of the crystal or gemstone in your mind's eye. But if not, just tune into the energy that it's emitting, perhaps that of unconditional love, healing, protection, or a soft grounding. And if you need a moment, Sagittarius, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your crystal, whether you have 1 or 5, drop them in the comment section below the video to be entered into the giveaway. All right, you have card 11 here. 11 is a very spiritual number. You have blue chalcedony. blue chalcedony here. This is a very powerful conduit when it comes to the throat chakra. It's about slowing down. Easy does it. Restoring balance and serenity. So basically what we've been talking about here around, nice and easy, going slow, enjoying life. Easy does it again is your motto as you decide on your relationship's best course. For the conscious universe wants you to be sure you move forward with clear intention, and that requires reducing your speed. You will advance in the right way at the right time, balancing swift movement with progress. Now that coincides with all this fast-paced moving energy we see of the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. This crystal wants you to know that the healing of old patterns is easier when you are not letting fear drive you to move too quickly through a transition. That's that good witch, right? Driving the monkeys to do their dirty work to kind of, move forward based in fear, basically, versus moving forward based in love. And that's a huge message here. I love that that's coming back around. It says you wanted to change the old ways and you are doing so, guided by the universe. So let yourself feel serene. Trust in this process as you slow things down to gain a clearer view. When you meditate with the Serenity Stone, it can actually help soothe emotions or soothe them, soothe your emotions. It calms the adrenals. For those of you, I am seeing fight or flight. Some of you may even suffer from adrenal fatigue syndrome, or if you're in a constant state of hypervigilance, meaning you're always on the go. You're always on the move. You can't sit down, right? You can't slow things down because then you feel like, that vigilance piece isn't fed. And what I mean by that is there's something that may have happened in the past that caused you to be on edge, look over your shoulder, or wait for the other shoe to drop in some way, shape, or form. It's important to find healthy ways, Sagittarius, to calm the nervous system. And that's what this crystal can do. As it can be a balm for frazzled nerves. It will be well utilized, worn, or carried in one person's energy when entering a situation where calm and patience is required. So if you do resonate with that hyper-vigilant energy or, constantly being on the go, to the point of being a little flighty at times, you could be someone who suffers from, some trauma where your adrenals are exhausted, right? We are not meant to be in that constant state of fight or flight. We are meant to use that adrenaline during times where we need it most, right? Like back in the olden days, if we went hunting and we come face to face with, an animal, right? That's when that fight or flight kicked in. But we live in a society, we live in an environment at times that keeps us in that state of, fight or flight, hypervigilance. So working on that with a therapist, a coach, a mentor, doing some of the deep shadow work, doing the reflecting, whatever that is for you, I feel like it's important to do that, to choose healthier options and then work with this crystal. All right, last but not least, let's get a few messages from your guides, from your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones in spirit. What do we have here for Sagittarius, please, to wrap up your reading? We have stay on the path. Again, look at all the messages here around path, speeding up, slowing down, finding balance, moving forward with clear intention instead of fear, because otherwise that train's going to go off track and it's going to feel chaotic, right? And some of you, that's where you're at when it comes to relationships, partnerships, or life in general. Life has guaranteed highs, lows, and uncertainty. Stay on the path. Keep showing up for yourself. If you fall off, get right back on. You will reach your destination. This is your journey. Trust in it. Ooh, that's powerful. That does go hand in hand with your reading. And lastly here, you are what you believe. And I just heard grandpa. Grandpa, okay, someone. Oh, and I'm hearing the song now, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Isn't that a Judd? Winona Judd, perhaps? Yeah, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. So some of you have a grandfather who has crossed over. This could be a message. I haven't even read it yet, but I am getting the portals from the heavens kind of shooting down to the crown chakra. And I heard Pete. Maybe Pete is significant. Grandpa Pete. Words hold power and divine magic. What you think, you become. Your outside world is a reflection of your inner thoughts. Be mindful of your thoughts and the words you speak. Okay, be mindful of the words. Yeah, because you are what you believe in. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that you have what it takes to revive? Right? Revive from a situation that probably got the best of you, right? It probably brought you down to your knees. It probably caused you to go through a complete and total transformation and rebirth. Do you believe that the comeback is stronger than the setback? Do you believe that you have what you need within you to move forward in a positive light? Because I do, Sagittarius, and I feel when it comes to love, you are on this path that it has been challenging, it has been difficult, but I see here that there's communication, there's news, there's messages, and some of you have been alienated from a loved one or a family member. You may be picking up the call sooner than you think. This could be an incoming call, or maybe you are the one that is reaching out. Maybe there's some mending of bridges here, right? There could be, messages of love, expressing oneself. Someone could be informing you of news or, something that has occurred in their life, and they want you to be a part of it. Maybe they want to share in. Maybe you want to be able to share your life story or your happiness, your good news, or even your lows, your highs and your lows. You want to be able to share that with someone. And I feel like there is support here. There is soul tribe or union or companionship or partnership that I see very much in your energy here. Trust that you're not alone, Sag. This is a very intense, deep reading. I hope it resonates with you. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And do drop your power crystals in the comment section below the video. Thank you so much for tuning in today, Saggy. Lots of love.